You know, famous people get written about all the time. But your daddy is a hero, too, in his own way.
You know, Mama, I never thought of it that way. The man I most admire is my father.
Do you love me? Of course, you my son.
Hey, don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me.
I am your father. I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out.
Papa don't take no mess. Papa don't take no mess. Papa is the man who can understand how man has to do whatever he can.
For every man, there's a woman.
And for every dummy, there's a dummy. As long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're becoming a man. Man, I'm damn proud. Proud.
You know, famous people get written about all the time. But your daddy is a hero, too, in his own way.
You know, Mama, I never thought of it that way. The man I most admire is my father.
Do you love me? Of course, you my son.
Hey, don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me.
I am your father. I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out.
Papa don't take no mess. Papa don't take no mess. Papa is the man who can understand how man has to do whatever he can.
For every man, there's a woman.
And for every dummy, there's a dummy. As long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're becoming a man. Man, I'm damn proud. Proud.
Let's do a mic check. Who with me? Hold on, let me get this thing down. Let's get the comments up. What's good? Welcome to the Wyatt Live 1 p.m. conversation. Long weekend for this kid here. What's good? Who with me? Let me know if you're here. Sorry. Recouping from my weekend. I had a pretty good one. How about you? Where all my fathers at? Where all the fathers at? Where they at? They in the building? Where y'all at? Come on, let's go. Mike sounds nice. Thank you, Donna. Thanks, DC. Loud and clear. What's good? Who with me? I forgot to do my routine. Preston Smith said YouTube checking in. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't have much of a show today. I'm still recouping from the weekend. How was yours? Did you go down to the festivities? It was pretty crowded in downtown Cincinnati. Did you guys make it? I heard some news. Let me just say this first. I am not about to be some super duper gloom and doom dude. There was way too much positive things going on in the city of Cincinnati for me to be talking about a shooting. If you're not going to talk about the things that were positive and move the needle, and there's negativity every day. There's things that happen in our cities every day. And you can't say that one particular situation affects, it shouldn't play that big of an effect on all of them. That's just my opinion. My opinion is if you went off to Avondale and had a great time in Avondale, big up to the Avondale situation. If you had something on Fountain Square, big up to the situation in Fountain Square. If you was at Bramble Park, and you was at that shooting, then you talk about that. That happened at Bramble. That don't represent the whole city of Cincinnati. But of course, I'm gonna talk about it. And it does keep me from going places. And y'all can say whatever you want to say. I got shit to do tomorrow. I got too much to lose to be around somebody that don't care if I live or die. That's just me. That's just how I feel. I don't want my daughters hanging out in places that I can't get sleep at night because they went to certain places. That's just me. I don't look at things the same way as we all look at things the same way. I don't look at things. I've never in my life had the type of thought that it can't happen to me. I've never waken up one day and said, I can't wait to go to the jazz festival, or I can't wait to go to the park. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. I ain't even thinking about the shit that can go wrong because it had never happened to me. I've never said that. I've never said that something that happens out in our communities won't happen or can't happen to me. I said that shit once before when I was a youngster in my own neighborhood. Oh, I ain't gonna get robbed. Everybody know me. I'm cool with everybody. Dudes I call big bro. It wasn't really big bro. It was just a phrase back then. Caught me on the third floor, ripped my chain off, and robbed me. We all can be a victim. I've never left my house and said that something can't happen to me. When my daughters leave the house, they take one of the cars, or they in Nashville and they doing what they doing, living, and they're in Columbus, they living. Whenever I hear something that goes wrong in that city up at Ohio State by the campus or wherever they are, I never say, oh, I ain't gonna check on my baby because that ain't gonna happen to her. That only happens to other people. That'll never happen to me. I don't say that. I check on my folks. I check on my family. Sorry, guys, my camera a little bit off. So I'm trying to do what I can to get it straight. All right. It's not straight. So I'm going to do the best I can to work through this. So when there's a shooting up at Ohio State University, like Clifton, their park, right there by the campus, if there's a shooting, I'm on the phone with my baby girl right away. You all right? Everything cool up there? I don't care if something happened across town in Columbus, Ohio. I am never too big to think that it can't happen to me or my family. And I love when people say shit like, oh man, you can't be staying in the house. You can't think that you can't just stay in the house because bad things happen. Bad things happen all the time. Yes, you're absolutely right. But I also have this thing that I know that I'm not too big, that bad shit can't happen to me. You ever notice when people get victimized, one of the things that come out of their mouth most of the time, most of the time they say things like this: I never thought it would happen to me. You ever notice when people get victimized in their neighborhoods, or something happens in somebody's neighborhood and it's not something that frequently happens there? What's one of the things that come out of their mouth? And a lot of people think that this is like some freaking joke or something, but they always say things like, well, this don't happen in this neighborhood that often. Well, it don't. It's some weird shit to them. They hear about those things on the news. And when they say things like, well, this don't happen in our neighborhood that often, it's foreign to them. It's absolutely foreign to them. And a lot of people who hear this shit and so immune to these activities of shooting in the neighborhoods and all this stuff that's going on in the neighborhoods that seem to be normal, it's not normal to everybody. It's not normal. And what happens is you become, I don't even know how to say it. You've just been too, I don't know what's the word. Somebody help me. Some people are just like, shit you hear on the news don't even bother you. How do you think they must feel in Chicago? I know I shouldn't say Chicago, but how many was shot in Chicago over the weekend? How many baby daddies and fathers was shot over the weekend over this Father's Day weekend? You didn't stop counting, haven't you? Because now when you hear shit like 32, 16, 41, when you hear those numbers, it don't mean nothing to you. It means something to people who live in a community where shootings don't happen every day. Man, I heard the craziest shit. I'm sorry, I got to bring it up, man. And I was just giving this particular person some credit. Like if I was to big up any politician out of the city of Cincinnati, I would have to say I want to put my money on Scotty. Because Scotty would feel the pressure of the neighborhoods. Y'all got to understand, I know Scotty from when he was a rookie on the police department. And I don't mean it, and I don't want to say anything bad. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to say this. He's the only one that I trust. And I hate to say this, and y'all ain't going to like this. There's some people that really don't like that guy. And I know some things that probably twisted my lips up and got my jaws tight a little bit sometime. But if I could trust anybody to go to a higher level in politics who I felt was going to represent the community, I think I'd put my money on the Scotty dude. I know that's going to shock some of y'all. And no, I haven't had a conversation with him. And no, he ain't wrote me no checks and no shit like that. I'm just being honest with you. And the reason why I say that is because Scotty would feel obligated to do what he's sent there to do. That's the only one I really hear that just be like kind of, really, really engaged in the conversation of really trying to make a difference. I'm just being honest with you. And I know where he is in the mind. Like he really wants to do something, but a lot of people don't understand that those guys, no pun intended, but they're handcuffed. Like they can't really do what they want to do because of the politics of it all. And I'm going to tell you why I say Scotty. I've never talked to him other than when I was a kid. All right. When I was a child, we had a few conversations, but I didn't want him to know me. That's stupid. Why would I want the police? Why would I want him to know me? But I would say that he would be obligated and he would have to walk around the city with his head up. If he was a higher ranking politician, he's one of the very few individuals that I feel like personally, that I feel like you would shame him if he came outside and didn't do what he was doing. Like he would never be Brandon Johnson of Chicago. Like he wouldn't have a city council meeting as like the mayor of Cincinnati and do what Brandon Johnson has done to Chicago. I think Scotty would take more, he would have more pride in who he is. And I'm just being honest with you. That's how I feel about it. But he said something that I heard today I just didn't agree with. And we talking about these shootings that's going on. And I don't know if they still call him, I don't know what they call that division in City Hall, the crime, what was Smitherman? He was the chairman of the crime or something. I don't know exactly what it was called. Somebody can put it in the screen. But yeah, I heard about that, Davis Denise. Brandon spent $30K on makeup and hair. And then he spent it, and he panders to his audience. He panders to them, and he says he spent it with black-owned businesses. Yeah, your cousin, your aunt, your $10,000 a week nurse at the YMCA. Ain't nobody freaking stupid, bro. Ain't nobody dumb. We know who you spent. You right. It was black-owned businesses that you control. We know how that shit go. Sheriff safety. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. I was about to say the whole thing. I'm not going to fall for that anymore, Jack. But anyway, yeah, he done spent $30,000, $35,000 on some bullshit ass activator and a shape up. And some damn cover. What's that shit them girls be wearing? Cover girl. He got him some makeup, some cover girl makeup, a bad shape up, and some curl activator. And he got him for $30,000. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing, Brandon Johnson. Stop. Anyway, man, yeah. The one thing that I heard Mr. Scotty say today is when they're talking about the shootings in the city. And y'all know, I just told you who I really have a little bit of confidence in is Scotty. But I'll be honest with you. I didn't agree with what he said. It's fair to do that, right? It's fair to tell you that I just don't agree at the fact that he says, and let me see that I didn't write it down. Oh, he says something to the nature of, there's people up in Congress. Now they talking about the shootings in Cincinnati, but now they talking about Congress. He wants to put it on people up in Congress. There's Congress members that don't want to pass. Look at what they did. And you know who he's trying to blame the focus on. You know he's trying to shift the focus. So he says, look at the gun laws that these other people, and you know who he's talking about, are trying to pass. He was talking about Supreme Court didn't categorize a gun, a certain type of gun, and put it in a certain type of category so it would be illegal. And my question to you is this, Scotty, and I respect you, brother, and I respect anybody that's staying tall on what they say. But my question to you is this, bro. Oh, all right, damn, CK, I'm coming. I'm coming, brother, I promise you. But my question to him is this, is why is it that you want to push these gun laws off on lawmakers? The last time I checked, people don't give a shit about these laws anyway. Most of the gun violence that are going on in these cities, these big cities, metropolitan cities, are happening in cities that have the strictest gun laws. You understand? So my question to you would be, why do you think that these people would even care about the gun laws? You think stricter gun laws are going to make people not do what they doing, shooting in parks? I mean, it's ridiculous. Let me ask you something, Scotty. Let me ask y'all something. I don't want to put it on Scotty, but let me ask you something. What's the law on robbing banks? What's the law on child trafficking? What's the law on drug trafficking? What are those laws? Are those laws not put in place to deter people from doing it? And people are doing it every day anyway. I'm just asking, why do you want to keep blaming lawmakers for the decisions and the choices that people make? I don't get that. Let me go to the phone lines real fast. CK on my behind about not coming into him. But I know he's usually at work, so let me go to him. CK, what's good with you, brother?
Let me speak to your manager, please.
You want to speak to my manager? Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. You on hold?
Yes, sir.
All right, close your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
What you see? That's my manager right there. Go and talk to him. Go ahead and talk to him. Go ahead.
Look, man, I'll be calling into this man platform. He had me on hold for drones of minutes. I mean, he I'm
really talking to him.
Right.
Boy, if you don't stop, CK, come
I
on,
need
bro.
you to report his ass. Can he write him up or something? Can he get wrote up?
Yeah, I'm a
he got privilege.
I'm a reporting, bro. I already did. You got me in trouble. You got me on a two. He wrote me up. What's on your mind, CK? What's good with you, brother? How was your Father's Day weekend?
Oh, man, it was tremendous, man. I had to work on Father's Day, man.
Oh, you made money then?
Yeah, I did.
Nothing wrong with that.
Made a little money. I made about 80. About 80. Then this chick, she was in a nice little Mercedes Benz. She hollered at me with the Father's Day swag on Saturday. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, had a nice little convo.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean?
Was it some new shit? Was it some new shit? Or was it some, you know what I mean, she put some rims on something just to make it look shiny? Was it some?
Oh, it was nice. Like Benz, like a Benz SUV, got the leather interior.
Oh, you got in the car? You got in the car?
No, I ain't get in. Hell no.
Okay.
I just met her. You know how we do it. We got to play it smoother than that.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
Hey, you best well get kidnapped down here. You don't know who is who out here now.
I hear you. What's on your mind, though, man? Okay, so you worked on Father's Day. Other than that, man, how did your children do anything special for you, brother?
Oh no, hey, the Brandon Johnson guy. Now, how long you been knowing that dude? Have you been knowing that name for years, or you just not?
No, I'll be honest with you, brother. I'm not really familiar with Brandon Johnson. I didn't know about him until he ran against Lori Lightfoot in Chicago as the mayor for the mayor's position. But I know he's a local guy, and I know that he was in education, like he was in school.
What year
in
was
the
that?
school district.
He ran against the Lightfoot.
He's only been the mayor a couple years now. It's going on 2 years.
Because I told you,
it might have just been over a year now. Sorry, CK. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do the math in my head.
Yeah, because I was telling you that's crazy. Because like I said, he's the one that got fired off of the shot. He was the main character, the guy that played Easy E. His name was Brandon Johnson on the shot.
Oh, okay. No. No, I'm not. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
because
I watched The
the
Shy.
real news that you're reporting almost sound like the shy. You was like, I said, what is he talking about? The
Okay.
show?
Okay. No. I'm talking about the actual mayor of Chicago, the Brandon Johnson guy, the mayor.
So he done came all the way up. I say, dang. But yeah. So I wanted to get you on this Caitlyn Jenner situation.
Okay, let's get it.
These guys are acting like straight buffoon primates. You got LeBron, you got Shannon Sharp, Steve. Come on, Mr. Wyatt, man. Stop. I've never rooted for a woman as much as I. Who is she? She ain't nobody. They act like she has to make it. She done made it. Now you still gonna root for her? I'm rooting for Angel Reese. What happened to these guys, man?
What you talking about? I mean, what you mean?
Why is they coming? Y'all need to stop being so hard on Caitlyn. Y'all jealous. What's wrong with these black men?
You said
Why are
Caitlyn
they
Jenner? Are
defending the
you
white woman?
Caitlyn Jenning or Caitlyn Clark?
Caitlyn Clark.
Oh, okay. Bro, you had me. I was confused because those are two different people. But see, when you said Caitlyn
Oh, I
Jenner,
said Caitlyn Jenner. My
yeah.
bad. Caitlyn
You know,
Clark. My bad.
that's used to be what's the the Olympic guy,
Bruce.
Bruce
Yeah,
Jenner. Yeah,
gold medalist.
bro. I was gone. You lost me there for a hot second, but it's cool.
Nah,
It's all
my
Gucci.
bad, Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn Clark. What about it though? I mean, can you start over a little bit? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they trying to. Okay, you got Shannon Sharp, all these brothers, Charlamagne.
Okay.
I've never rooted for someone. Y'all need to. Charles Barkley said, y'all need to stop being jealous. What in the world? They acting like. Why would they root for her? They're her peers. She's a rookie.
Okay.
You know,
I
as a
got you.
rookie, we're gonna go against you. We're gonna make it hard for you. So now they want to act all brand new. Oh, y'all need to be thanking Kayla because she's getting you in them private jets. They tap dancing, monkey. You know, it's just it's ridiculous. I've never seen brothers try to, just try to please the white man. It's like some tap dancing going on.
Okay. That's your opinion about it. But all I'm saying
What
to
you
you is, I mean,
mm-hmm.
so you're upset that these guys who are former professional athletes, that
Right.
they have a special liking. I mean, maybe it's a special liking. I don't know. But you're upset that they have a liking for the you got me saying it, Caitlyn Clark girl, who's pretty much changed the economics of WNBA right now. You kind of have an upset. You're upset about their position on how they feel about her.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
I think they are lying about that. This white heifer did not do it on her own. It takes Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning. You didn't even win a championship. So stop acting like she is the reason. Thank you. That's my point. Now, if she did win back-to-back championships, I would agree with them. But this bitch ain't won nothing. So what has she done to change the league? You got better people that has accomplished more in college and in the pros. So stop acting like she did something that hasn't been done. Well, she ain't did shit.
Well,
that's the point.
That's what's great about sports, though, CK, in my opinion. Of course, I can't disagree with everything that you're saying there, but I will say this: the beauty of sports is the the anticipation of either failing or succeeding. It's you see what I'm saying? We don't know if Angel Reese is going to be successful in the WNBA. We don't know if Caitlin Clark's going to be successful in the WNBA. We didn't know if Shaquille O'Neal was going to be successful. We didn't know if Serena Williams was going to be successful. We just don't know. And that's the beauty of it. And a lot of them get paid before we really know if they're going to be successful or not. So
but Mr. White, I want you to realize that we can't cry over her not being on the Olympic team when Shaquille O'Neal, a bigger star, didn't make the '92 Olympic team. So this is not what we never seen before. This is part of the game. My problem is stop victimizing this white whore. This white
CK,
heifer.
why she got to be out? What she do to you?
My bad.
I'm just curious. Why?
I'm sorry.
Why are we
I'm
so
sorry.
angry?
You're right.
No.
Right.
I'm just
going
saying.
Too far.
No.
Okay.
I respect how you feel, but I'm just saying why. What did she do to? Why are we angry at a person who's successful and their success is bleeding into everybody else's success. Everybody's
No,
benefiting from her success. If it was,
let me.
I'm just being honest. I mean, why would I
Mhm.
be angry if I'm in the WNBA and if I own the WNBA team right now or was part of a WNBA team? Why would I be angry if my seats are now all being sold out? My family and I
No,
were going to fly to Indianapolis over the weekend and go to, for Father's Day. We were going to go to the Chicago Indiana Fever game in Indianapolis.
mhm.
I decided I didn't want to go because I wanted to spend one more day, at home. But my thing is, the tickets went from $59. A couple years ago, they were $59 when I was going because there's 3 girls on that team, 2 of them that are from Ohio State, 3 of them that's from Ohio State, 2 of them that I know personally, 1 of them from Cincinnati, and now they got Caitlin Clark. So I want to be an Indiana Fever fan, but the tickets when I was going were $59 a piece, and that was like on the
Mhm.
floor. That same ticket
Okay.
right now you can't get for less than $1,300.
Okay, let me clarify though. Let me clarify. I'm not mad. I'm just speaking like the white boy did when he called her a white bee. And then, I'm not mad. I'm just referring to her. That's how we talk. Okay.
Okay, I
I'm
get it. I
saying,
get it.
oh,
I
this is
know.
what I'm saying. I think they are lying when they saying everybody is jealous. No, this is let her go through what rookies go through. What are you saying when you take the platform at LeBron and Stephen A? What are you saying to the girls? Do you want them to go easy on her?
Now,
Do
I
you
don't think
do you want
anybody's
her?
saying
Do
go
you want
easy.
them not to rough her up? This is part of being a rookie in sports is getting roughed up. You got to get your ass whooped to learn how to whoop ass.
I think we all agree to that. I think LeBron James would agree to that. I think Michael Jordan would agree to that.
So what are
Everybody,
you crying for? What's the crying?
I don't think anybody's crying because that she's getting beat up. I haven't heard one person say. I mean, a
So
fragrant
why Barkley say they was jealous? Why did he say, "Oh,
because
I think these have"? Where is he getting that from? That's your brain. That's you hating on black people like you do, Barkley, and you just saying some shit based
well,
on natural circumstances.
well,
Where is she getting that they jealous of her at?
well, I could tell you where because there's
Okay.
platforms. I don't say local platforms. I wouldn't say that because I would put a name on it. But if I'm gonna be honest with you, the reason why you can say there's jealousy out there is because the reactions from some of the players, some of the things that they say, and not just that, their words are sometimes taken out of context, and then bloggers and then people that with podcasts, they turn it into something that makes it what they want it to be. They change the narrative
Mm-hmm.
and then they make it some hateful stuff. So it's not
Yeah,
necessarily. I don't know if any of the WNBA players are jealous of her. Okay, I would think that some would be. I mean, it's only human nature to be in the league for 5 or 6 years. You putting up numbers, and here she come in with a Nike shoe deal. It make me feel a certain kind of way. But
but that's regular. That's my point. It's regular. So why the hell is y'all coming in like just because she's a white woman? Now you're talking. That's the same thing any number one guy go in. That's the point I'm trying to make. When Allen Iverson came in the league, you think he didn't have to deal with it? Any rookie coming in, but since she's a white woman, you got these monkeys willing to put their name on the line to defend her. That's what's appalling. I'm saying as a black man, stop defending these people that don't never defend you. Why would you defend Caitlin Clark when ain't no white woman gonna defend no damn
well,
LeBron?
let me ask you this: do you think that people are defending Caitlin Clark or just defending the position that she's in? It's a difference. Like if you're mad
I
at
think.
somebody who comes
Mhm.
into the game who's adding a huge economic growth to the game, and you got to understand, CK, all publicity is good publicity, whether you do something bad or good. I hate to say it, but that's
Mhm.
part of entertainment. All right. And if Caitlin Clark gets fouled hard, guess who gets notarized? The WNBA gets notarized, Caitlin Clark gets notarized, and guess who else? The person who fouled her.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Now you got a Dennis, you get a Dennis Rodman type of situation going on. Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I got a really, I got a, I got a serious problem with how this thing is blowing out of proportion in the first, it's just been blown out of proportion. But I will say this. Honestly, my opinion, and some people ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna give you my opinion. You ready, CK? CK, cut your beeper off, bro.
Like my bad.
Cut your beeper off. You put a hey, bro.
Ignore
You got a beeper. No, I'm just hey,
it.
it go. Stop, CK. Don't do it. Don't say nothing. Don't respond to that. All right. Here's my honest opinion about this situation. Caitlin Clark is a good shooter. But Caitlin Clark would not be a star in the WNBA if it wasn't for Angel Reese.
I agree.
She wouldn't be who she is in the WNBA. What I mean, I don't mean she wouldn't be in the WNBA now as a first round pick and all that. She would have been the first round pick if her and Angel Reese would have never got into it. But they wouldn't be selling out arenas in Indiana. They wouldn't be selling out arenas in Chicago if it wasn't for Angel Reese and this Caitlin Clark getting into it. So Angel Reese plays, I would say, 70%. Now, this is my breakdown. She's 70% responsible for Caitlin Clark being who she is in the WNBA with the popularity, all the things that's going to make them rivalries. Caitlin Clark would have just been another girl, just like all those other white girls and all those other black girls and all those European girls and all those other girls in the WNBA. She would have went in there with a number one draft pick and just been another number one draft pick who's been playing in the WNBA. And if it wouldn't have been for that college rivalry or that college knocking between those two, all that energy went into the WNBA. It's the greatest thing that happened to the WNBA.
And let me say this, Wyatt. This is the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird of origin of this era.
Exactly.
Tell me I'm not.
Exactly.
Tell me I'm not.
No, you're not. That's 100%.
Okay, then hold up. Let's keep it going. Since Angel Reese is 70%, you know who made her athletically? She ain't nothing but one of Steph Curry's seeds.
Yes, absolutely.
She's the female light-skinned assassin named Caitlin Clark. Just came in a different gender.
But now let's be honest. Let's not take away the girl's accolades. I mean, she did break records, and come on, bro. Who wouldn't want her on their team? If you start an NBA team, a WNBA team, or if you're recruiting in college, or if you have an AAU team, you're gonna take her over a whole lot of those WNBA players. You're gonna take that girl because she's a winner. She know how to win. She knows she's a student of the game, and she been shooting that type of shit. You got to guard her when she get off the bus. Right away, you got to guard her.
But remember now, I'm about to take you back because only you, a legal man like you, gonna know this. Twilight Zone. Herschel Walker, same position. Donald Trump took him, messed him up, right? Ice Cube was the new Donald Trump. He was trying to buy her out, right? He tried to get her to go to the big three. It's just like Donald Trump got Herschel Walker to go to the big ball.
I knew this shit was gonna go left. We was having a great conversation, bro.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
Now, so what did you think? She said, "The hell with the money." Herschel couldn't turn down $10 million. That woman said, "You know what? I got to go play it. I'm not going to throw my career away playing in the big three."
Well, no, she couldn't. That would have been ridiculous. She's going to get $5 million from the big three. She'll have that in 2 or 3 endorsement deals just being in the WNBA. She's the future of the WNBA when it comes to marketing. There's no doubt about that. Okay, but she's also opening up the door for other women to get signature shoe deals. There's so much on the table that hasn't been touched yet. And this young girl comes in. Angel Reese is right there with her. Regardless if we like her gameplay or not, I'm not the biggest. I could think of 10 girls off the top of my head right now that play a better game than Angel Reese, but that would be me attacking Angel Reese. But it's not. Social media helped
rebounds.
Well, okay, she's a rebounder, bro, but I could think of some girls that came out of Cincinnati. The girl on Mitchell out of Cincinnati, y'all better look her up. I'm gonna get her on the show one day. And I don't want nobody asking, well, where's Caitlin Clark? I don't want that. I want this little girl from Princeton High School. Been balling since day one. She's just as good, if not better, at all other things other than shooting than Caitlin Clark. I put my money on if they play one-on-one, she gonna beat Caitlin Clark all day. That's just my money. All right.
Who she play for now?
She played for Indiana Fever. She's number 0. Mitchell. Her dad. She just lost her dad about maybe a month ago. He was a coach at Taft High School. Y'all don't know? Come on, bro.
Now.
Say what?
You said she playing with Caitlyn right now?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they played. Yeah, she been there for 2-3 years, 2-3 seasons.
And don't forget, you got another killer over there on with Angel Reese too. The center. The center is a killer.
Yeah, I know that's the one that Fame don't like. He called her a man. I don't like that. Kamanza
No,
or whatever.
Don't call her no man.
No, she a good girl.
We don't misgender nobody.
Yeah, she a good girl. She a good girl, and I like the fact that her and Angel Reese. What else you got, CK, man? I got to move on, bro.
Hey, man, you heard my soliloquy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate
you.
Hey,
family,
when you
man,
hang up, brother,
prospering.
when you hang up, I'm gonna play a clip in regards to what you were just talking about, and I can't agree with this lady. That I'm gonna show you this clip about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I'm gonna show you this clip, and I can't agree with these folks any more than I do. I'm 110% with them. I was 100% with you on your take on some things, but then there was a little bit of it in there that I didn't really agree with.
No, we on the same point. We both agree that she should not have went to the Big Three. It's too much money she would have left at the WNBA.
Yeah, that would have been a foolish. That would have been a
foolish
move. That would have been a foolish move on her part. And I'm all about Cube. I want to support his business, but she wouldn't have done well, and it would have just been a circus for her. That would have been a circus. Them guys would have pushed her around.
What happened to Herschel Walker? He didn't. His career was not fulfilled. It was not what it should have been.
He took the money.
It would have been different if he went to the NFL first out of UGA.
Probably so. That's a good point. All right, CK, I appreciate you coming in and engaging with us. Thank you, brother. That was CK. He didn't even say bye. He just hung up. I didn't hit the button. I guess he had to check his beeper. No, just kidding. That's my man. CK, 100 grand. Team CK. I want to show you this clip real fast, if you don't mind. It's been in my little tray of clips for some time now, and it's kind of how I feel. I can't agree with this anymore. I'm telling you, check it out. I'm glad CK finally opened the door for this conversation. That's not what we're going to talk about. I want to finish my point on some other things, but I want you to hear this breakdown of what this young lady says about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and I think it's spot on. Check it out.
She's not wrong. You said it's polarizing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does the definition of polarizing mean? It means there's one side or the other, right? If it's not polarizing, it's just a cheeky conversation. Polarization requires debate, requires passion. People feel very strongly about opinions. They want to argue one side or the other. How did that happen? How did we get here? What she just said, the national championship game. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before Angel Reese walked up to her, did this, and pointed to the ring. This is not my opinion. I lived it. I watched it. It was recorded. It was broadcasted live. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before that moment. And that's okay, because you can be extremely talented and not interesting. There are a lot of extremely talented athletes and games and series and sports that we don't talk about daily on this show because the public has not shown enough interest in them. That moment launched their careers. And when we started talking about it, I said it then, and it has all played out as I said it would. Well, I didn't know they were going to match up again in the tournament. That kind of broke my way. But this is Bird and Magic. It's not a perfect comp, but it is the path in which launched this conversation, this polarizing conversation that has everyone captivated. Sometimes something interesting has to happen that sparks an interest, that brings attention. Did Caitlin earn the attention by being a great player? Yes. Was Angel Reese in her face doing that because she was winning a national championship, which Caitlin was not doing? Yes. They both needed each other in that moment. It created the conversation. And then, as I said it would, it launched a great platform for this year's tournament, which was very heavily watched, the most ever, and Caitlin came back better than she was the year before, and LSU was good again, and then they matched up again, and then Iowa won this time. And then they both went into the draft, and now they are both in the WNBA, and we care about both of these players. There are a lot of people that care about Angel Reese. That doesn't mean she's as good as Caitlin Clark. It also doesn't mean that what she's saying is not true, because multiple things can be true at the same time. Everything in life is not existing in a vacuum. Just because she said this does not mean that Caitlin Clark is not great and that people are not watching because Caitlin Clark is great. All she is saying is, and she is factually correct, the two needed each other. She was a part of that. And It's inarguable because that is what happened. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark on these shows. We were not debating women's sports and women's basketball on these shows before that moment happened. So what she's saying is true. And multiple things can be true at the same time.
I totally agree. A lot of people who are, just average fans of basketball, they're not really big fans of female basketball. They never heard of Caitlin Clark's name until her and Angel Reese and my LSU Tigers got into it with her. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Angel Reese is responsible for the publicity and all the things, all of the things that are going on in the WNBA right now with this rookie class. Angel Reese is 70% responsible for it. Okay, whether I like Angel Reese as a ball player, off the air, or whatever, it's a fact. It's a fact. So Angel Reese has played her part. Now she's been compensated. Angel Reese NIL deal was ridiculous in college. Chances are she'll get an opportunity to get a shoe deal. I'm talking about a signature shoe deal. If she doesn't have one already, I don't know what Nike and all them companies doing. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is they needed each other. Trust me, Angel Reese wouldn't be the name Angel Reese in the WNBA, and people wouldn't be selling out Chicago games if Angel Reese hadn't got into that conflict with Caitlin Clark. They would just be another draft class starting another WNBA season that's not making any money. I don't care how skilled these young ladies are. I don't care. It's not a popular sport when it comes down to the game itself. You have to bring some soap opera to it. Bottom line, people love controversy. They love soap opera. They love entertainment. They love side stories. They love the little guy who can come up from nothing and do. That's just what it is. People love that shit. They love drama. They love it. That's part of entertainment. That's why when you go to the movies, those big $100 million budgets, good guy versus bad guy. Good guy gets the girl in the end. There's always the backstabber that people like until it's time to pay the price for being the asshole backstabber. It's just we've been generous. We're programmed to love that type of entertainment. And I'm just going to say something that a lot of people probably won't agree with or may not like that I'm going to say this. But I am so happy that the WNBA is getting this opportunity. And unfortunately, it's fueled off of negativity. But some people take this negativity way too far, and you're making it into something that don't necessarily have to be there. But that's the price that you pay when you accept negativity as your fuel. All negativity is not going to be the type of negativity that you can survive. Some people just going to make it way over the top, make it about something that ain't got no place in the storyline, and that's fine. Somebody just said something, I don't know. I think, Jerica says, what's up, Jerica? She said, and if Angel Reese was not black, we still would not be talking about either of them. You're absolutely right. Because I know some girls that then went in the WNBA that was beefing in college, and it was a standstill. 2 black girls going at it, so what? 2 white girls going at it, so what? 2 girls that one, Brittany Griner was the greatest player that came out of Baylor, and she didn't do nothing for the WNBA. Soon as she gets arrested on a drug charge over in Russia, all of a sudden her popularity goes up a little bit. Why did her popularity go up? Well, she went through some drama. She went over to Russia and got caught on a drug case. Now all of a sudden we all trying to pay attention on Brittany Griner. How's she doing? Don't none of them people who was talking about how she doing even know her stats. You don't know how many points a game. You have to Google it. You don't know shit about her whole WNBA career. You don't even know how long she's been in the league. But I tell you what, I love the fact, and it's not just because I have little girls. Y'all know I have daughters, okay? And I've been following basketball. I don't know. My daughters are removed from high school, 2 years now, my youngest. So I stopped watching Little League basketball, if you want to call it that. I don't know. I've been away from it for about 2 years now. Once my daughters went to college, they didn't play, they didn't play at that level. But all the way from, I'm going to say the first grade since they've been able to play, all the way up to 11th and 12th grade in high school, I followed girls basketball. And I had to learn to adjust to the game. I told y'all that. I don't want to get into that long, drawn-out conversation, but I had to adjust to the game. The game is just different. But what I will say, and I'm not just trying to be biased because I have daughters, I'm super happy that the WNBA is prospering from what's going on with Angel Reese. And what it does is, believe it or not, just try watching one of the games. I know you're going to be like, that's trash, Wyatt. That's this, and I don't like that. But all I'm saying to you is, if I'm on Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark, she's my teammate, give her all the love you want, but I'm about to shine. Nike going to call me. Nike will call my agent and say, boy, that Wyatt, we got to get him on that Nike team. Because now we got national eyes. Y'all know that Indiana Fever game was sold out, right? You had Chicago fans in there because Chicago is not that far. We're 4 hours, 4.5 hours, 5 hours from Indianapolis. 4 hours. So those Chicago Sky fans came in, drove in. The stadium was full, wasn't an empty seat. Now check this out. I used to get $59 seats there. 59. And I could sit in the middle of the floor, not the actual game floor, but floor seats. I could sit in the middle and buy a $59 ticket and work my way all the way up. You know how you go somewhere and you buy a $5 ticket and you end up in a $130 ticket because there's nobody sitting there. All the rows are empty. Seats are just sitting there. They just there. All the promotional T-shirts in the whole row is sitting on the back of the chair and ain't nobody took none of them. I mean, I could buy a $59 ticket and I can end up in the third row. I can hear the players bitching at each other. Girl, pass the ball. I was that close. I could hear the water bottle hit the floor. I could feel the basketball dribbling off the hardwood. That's all I'm saying. Can't do that shit now with $59 is parking. You go to the game, if you want VIP parking, it's going to be $50. You're going to eat $50 worth of hot dogs and sodas and all that old shit. Bro, listen, they getting to the money. I'm happy. But them same tickets that I was $59, $830 something a piece now. Come on, man. I can't hate on that. People paying it. I watched the game yesterday. It was on television and it was Indiana versus Chicago. And I love to watch the crowd. I watched all the other little girls sitting down in the front row with their dads. It had to be a Father's Day situation, Father's Day special or whatever. But I love to see the other little girls. All those little girls, they're not just necessarily there to see Caitlin Clark. Those little girls are going to see some of the other players. The Boston girl. They're going to see some of these. They're going to see Mitchell. They're going to see these players. They're going to sign autographs. And them little girls, one thing as a child that I remember is the athlete or the star that always took the time to autograph anything that I had. And I became a fan instantly. Man, I didn't even like Johnny Bench when I was a little boy. My guy was Dave Concepcion and Joe Morgan. I love the infield. But the one day that I went down to the stadium, y'all got to understand when you from down the way, we used to walk to the stadium and stand out in the back. It was Riverfront Stadium. We would stand out in the back and wait for the players to come out. You know what I'm saying? We would wait for them to get in their cars and come out and all that old stuff. So as little boys, we would walk down there after the Reds game. We never went into games. And nobody had no money for that. We would go outside, wait for those guys in the back, go down the tunnel. When these guys was coming out, some of them would take time to talk. Some of them would keep on going. They ain't had time for you, whatever. Some would give you a little wristband or give you a little something. Well, I met Johnny Bench one time. And Johnny Bench must not have had shit to do that night because I don't know what made him stop and talk to us that damn long. I almost felt like we had to tell Johnny to take his ass home. Because we was just standing there, and when he came up, he was like, "What's up, fellas?" And we was like, "Johnny Bench." We couldn't believe it. I don't even really care for Johnny Bench. I'm a Dave Concepcion, Joe Morgan, Ken Griffey type of dude. Johnny Bench came over and he was kicking it with his man and he was talking and he signed everything and he signed my friends' hats and everything, gave everybody a couple of, what are those little fruit juice things from the stadium? He had them, he gave them to us. He was a good guy. All of a sudden, I'm a Johnny Bench fan now. I was loving Johnny Bench after that. We go home and you know how you play bat on the bounce and you play one-on-one up against the wall playing baseball and all that. I wasn't Dave Concepcion anymore. All of a sudden, I wanted to be at the plate and I wanted to be Johnny Bench. So my point is this. A lot of these young ladies that are going to these WNBA games and they seeing the other girls like Skylar Diggins on commercials, it's opening up floodgates for these other girls, other women to have opportunities to shine, to get nice endorsement deals. It's there. Don't fuck it up. All right, stop muddying the water. Stop making it about something other than the business of the game. All right, it's the engine is revving. Let it work. Don't put no messed up gas in it. Trying to be something special, being a class clown or something. Don't mess it up. Let these ladies get what they deserve. Let it become self-sufficient. You know what messes up most things that are meant to be? People. People always messing it up because they want to find a place that they don't really belong and other people shine. Please, y'all, let this thing work out to be what it is. Let them ladies, and this is going to sound bad, let them ladies fight. Let them fragrant foul. Let them talk bad about each other. Let them build rivalries because that's the only way we're going to draw interest to it. That's the only way we're going to engage in it. Let these ladies be great at that sport. I watched that entire game. It was on Father's Day. It was my special day, so my kids didn't care. They was just mad at me because they wanted to go to the game. They wanted to go to the game. They wanted to go to, oh, Dad, come on, Daddy, we could go. Come on, Daddy. And I'm like, I don't really want to go. I want to stay home. I want to just do what I do, and we'll go out to dinner, and we'll do what we do. All of that. Somebody said you didn't want to pay that $800 a ticket. I didn't want to do that either. I didn't want to do that. But I could have got tickets for that game a long time ago. And then, of course, I know some people. All right. I know a few people that know a few people. And now I probably could have did good. Like I said, we're going to try to get Mitchell on the show. She going to trip because what she's going to say is, oh, Wyatt, y'all only want me on your show because you trying to get to Caitlin Clark. No, I want to speak to you, little sis, because I think you dope. Y'all got to understand. Here's the history. This is why I think she's dope. Number one, her dad was a good guy. Her dad was a good guy. I always say that for any coach that'll go down and coach Taft and coach a bunch of guys and become a father figure to him. I can only say that that's a special person. The second thing is, girl, you from Cincinnati. So I'm always going to be down with you because you from the Natty and you ain't getting in trouble out here. You're not getting in trouble. You representing yourself. Here's the second thing. You went to Princeton High School. So you're representing Princeton. You're representing Princeton High School. Now, here's the other thing. You a Buckeye, baby. You are Ohio State Buckeye. I can't do nothing but support. This young lady didn't win in all the areas that I support. She played in a league that my daughter played in. I mean, come on, man. How could I not? Yes, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Your dad, your family, all of them. I did a story on it. Y'all all special. And I want to bring her on. I want to have a conversation. But I'm going to tell y'all something right now. If I put her, and I would never tell this. And if she come on the show, I don't want to bring this up. I'm going to lie and say I never said this. If I put her and Caitlin Clark in the same gym and they play like what we used to, if they played a game, a one-on-one, she'll beat Caitlin Clark. She would beat her. All right? She's faster, stronger. I can't say she shoot better, but everything else you need as a ball player, I got Mitchell on that. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. All right, let me go to the phone lines before I move on to the next thing before we get out of here. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, what's up, Wyatt?
Twin, what's good with you, brother?
No. Hey, Wyatt. I went to that game yesterday.
Which game?
The Fever
Oh, you went to the
Fever.
WNBA game.
Yes.
How was the energy?
Huh?
How was the energy in the building?
Man, you know Chicago and Indiana don't like each other.
Yeah, I know. I know.
but man, it was, I can't say there was a lot of Sky fans and there was a lot of Indiana fans. So that girl Kelsey, she a beast.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, I can't say that she a beast though. From watching her, she's real quick, but one on one, I hate this. One on one though. My bad. One on one, she'll get Caitlin though.
Oh,
I don't know about the jump shot, but on defense and taking it to the hole real quick, she'll leave off the dribble.
Yeah.
My fault, thing. Yeah. But
is it fair to say
yeah,
this,
it's
Twin? Is it fair to say this? Is it fair to say that Kelsey would beat her? That Kelsey Mitchell was in her. That Kelsey would beat her in a one-on-one game, but Caitlin Clark will beat her in all the circus games, like the 3-on-3, like the 3-point contest and the free throw contest. She'll beat her in all that bullshit, but she ain't gonna beat her one-on-one.
No, she ain't getting on. I seen it close because we was up there. We was way up there.
Yeah.
My brother Ben Person's ticket.
Okay.
But we got it for like $45 and stuff.
Okay.
So we was way up there, but when we got done, why you know how niggas do, move to the bottom.
You're right. If you're finding a seat, yeah.
Move to the bottom. First you sit down and see everybody else sit down.
Yeah.
And probably we moved like the second quarter. I said, let's go down there, some open seats. So we ran down there. Hey, ain't nobody wasn't in the seat. So
there you go.
Hey, yeah. So it's just. I mean, I'm glad for them though, because they opened the floodgates up and everything. So everybody go eat though.
Absolutely.
Everybody go eat. I think I was wondering where she modeling for Barbie with them shoes though.
Who?
That she had on. Angel Reese.
Oh, she is that though. The girl is stylish. Like my daughters and them be tripping out off of her. But look, the little girl has learned how to market herself. She's a better marketer than a ball player as far as I'm concerned. People might not like that comment, but it's the truth. I think she's done a great job marketing herself and using the internet to be, to market herself, put herself out there. I mean, it's great. I love it. I love the fact that she's been able to do that. She's made millions of dollars on the NIL deal.
Yeah. Hey, Wyatt, I hate to say this, man.
What up, though?
But it seems like they got something against Chicago. Not just only Chicago, but Angel Reese. Man, in person, if you see that game, man, they was really blowing our head up or whatever. They really fouling everything. But as soon as you touch that little Yankee and stuff, it's all low. I'm like, come on, man, it's y'all second time doing it. Cheating Chicago, even in other games. They want to call foul on Angel Reese or flagrant foul. Just because she said she ain't the only one that's in the NBA and y'all, getting her clout and all that. No, there's other women in the NBA, but why y'all gotta keep on calling them bogus calls? And I don't think that lady, man, we would have been undefeated because Chicago got a team, man. I hate to see they got a squad.
Y'all lie.
You hating ass lie. I can't stand you light skinned Negroes. You always hate.
Who won the game?
Hey, why? We could have had that game, man.
But
y'all
didn't. Cheating. But we beat y'all twice. Indiana didn't beat y'all 2 times in a row. Last time it was by 1 point. This time it's about about 8 or 9 or something. We beat y'all. So what?
Wait till this Sunday. Wait till this Sunday, White.
Okay,
wait
so you're gonna pull 1 out of 3.
We at home.
Okay.
No, we at home. We ain't about to lose no more. We at home. Okay. And if we lose this Sunday, I want them to get rid of that coach. She can't coach to me. All right. I hate to say it. They could have kept Wade.
Wait a minute. So let's get this straight. You happen to be a WNBA fan.
I've been a fan of them since they've been out. When Cooper Swoops and all them was there, I've been a fan.
All right, bro. Hands up to that.
I stopped watching the NBA really after Kobe died. Yeah, I don't like all that new stuff, shooting half court and all. They don't play no D.
I can't stand the NBA, bro.
I hate that. Only one I watch is college because they play for the heart.
They do.
The college play for the heart. And even in NCAA, you can't hit the NFL no more because they want to cry like girls and stuff. But you can't hit in the NFL no more. But college ball, I like college because they play for the heart, man.
Yeah.
And then back then, when Jordan, when he was playing everything, he got tired of getting beat up by the Knicks and all that. He said really about Detroit. He said, listen here, I got to get in this iron. When he started pumping that iron and got to 225, 215, that's when all hell broke loose. Yeah. And Isaiah Steele, somebody tried, I forgot who it was, they trying to get them come together on the same show and everything and talk about it. and spill the beans, see who did he really leave, tell him to leave him off the USA team, which Michael did. I believe he did. He didn't want him on there no way. So
Now wait a minute, hold
yeah.
on. So you don't think that
Huh?
you don't think John Stockton was his numbers
Mhm.
was up there with Isaiah Thomas? You don't think that?
They was up there, but Isaiah had a heart.
Oh, okay.
Isaiah had a heart. He can play.
Okay.
John Stockton didn't play no damn defense. He had assists and probably did assists, and he had a flick that ass jumper that he couldn't really shoot, but it went in anyway.
Okay.
But to me, Isaiah played with a heart, man. From Indiana all the way. Plus, he's a West Side guy, so you know on West Side, on the West Side of Chicago, they rough, so they know about balling. And why is Chicago, Indiana's 2.5, not no 3.
From Indiana?
Yeah, it's 2.5.
It's 2.5 hours from Indianapolis to Chicago.
I make it like 2. I make it 2 because I get on.
We all don't have a big ass Fleetwood Cadillac like you do. We don't all have that. We know how them bulls ride down the street. Them big ass Cadillacs with the stretch with the white walls and shit. They blow down the road.
Fleetwood since my daddy passed away, 99. That was the last time I drove his Fleetwood.
Everybody don't get out the way. When they see the pimp car come, everybody get out. But shit,
man, that Fleetwood rise up in the front end though, let it go.
Cut an hour off your trip. That's all. I'm just saying. Go ahead though. What you say?
One more thing, Wyatt. Yeah. Did you see Trump?
What you mean?
Did you see him Saturday in Michigan?
Detroit, yeah. I seen it.
I think he gave a good speech, and I hate to say it, a lot of niggas riding with him. I hate to see it. I brung it up on the show and stuff, and was it a Democrat or a Republican show or whatever? Because every time it seemed like once you talk about the Democrats or whatever, but no, once they talk about Trump and everything, it seemed like a problem when people bring it up. But this man was at church. Biden was at Warnick Church, and he didn't know what was going on. He was so shocked and scared, like, man, I'm around all these niggas. What I'm gonna do? He didn't know how to praise God or nothing. Man, he just standing there like a zombie. Like, damn, I ain't never been around these too many niggas. Then I asked him, did you see Billy Porter and stuff? No, I ain't see that. He didn't kiss his hand. So, okay, here we go.
Of course they ain't see all that. Of course. I mean,
here we go.
I mean, of course. Come on now. I mean, come on. You're going to learn one day that don't even bring. Yeah. Listen, man, you can't talk about stuff that you don't pay attention to. All right. Now, right. And I'm not meaning you. I'm just saying they don't want to see Billy Porter kissing the hand and bending the knee to Joe Biden. They don't want to see that. And the news media that they follow ain't going to show it because it would defeat the narrative that they always trying to put out there about how black people that rock with Trump or whatever are coons or whatever. And here they got the black dude sitting there with a perm and a damn half-ass sequence dress on, kissing the hand of a man, bending their knee. I mean, it sounds crazy to me. I don't get into that, bro, because you're never going to change their mind because they don't see the things that you see and they don't pay attention to it because it's not on their agenda. All right, so I don't battle that. I'm not going to try to keep, I'm not going to get into a spitfire with these dudes about how they keep comparing one thing and this and that. And no matter what you say, what you bring up won't even compare to what they've already said about somebody. They're talking about Trump being in black churches like these white politicians don't stay in black churches this time of year all the time, whether they Democrats or Republican. So what can they say that Trump did that the Biden don't do? And then I would ask that same question to the white locals. I mean, P.G. Sittenfield and all of them stayed in black churches when it was election time. And all those white politicians don't do nothing but take the black vote for granted. See, when you got somebody that'll say out of their own mouth to a group of people in an interview, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. They can't say nothing to that, bro. Do you understand? And that, you got to understand, you can't defend that. You just got to pretend like it wasn't said. You can't even say it was taken out of context. You can't say anything to that. So what they do is they reflect that comment into something that Trump did or somebody else did, and just get away from that comment because we're going to pretend that it never was said. And I don't have time to be tongue wrestling with people like that, bro. They hear just as clear as you do, but the understanding is different.
Right. Okay, then, Wyatt. I ain't gonna hold you up.
All right, brother.
Have a good one, man.
You too, brother.
All right.
Oh, I meant to ask Twin how his Father's Day weekend was. Yeah, I'm not about to do all that. They mad because Trump went and talked to. Now, when I said that he was going to a black church over the weekend, I said it on Thursday or Friday. I said, well, we'll see what happens. Trump is supposed to be going to Detroit, and he's going to talk to black folks in a black church. And then black folks was tripping. Now, all of a sudden, I heard it. I heard the shit on the radio today. Oh, somebody must have been getting paid. Somebody got to be getting paid. Somebody getting paid. Trump went in a black church. Some pastor, some preacher. See, it's okay to say that these pastors getting paid when a white politician come in and it's a white politician you don't like. But what about Joe Biden going into churches? How much did he get paid? Let me ask you a question. How much money did Joe Biden make for going over to Morehouse College and giving their speech? How much did they pay him to go over there and tell black folks that the biggest thing you're going to face with that college degree is white supremacy? How much did they pay him to go out there and preach? That ain't no different to me than the white masters back in the day telling them to read scriptures from the Bible, and then they putting a false narrative or an impression of what the Bible actually meant, and it was to keep them obedient. I remember that, Davis Denise. They act like they didn't hear that. I played it on the show a few times. I can't keep banging. I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. No disrespect to horses. I love horses. But you can't keep beating a dead horse. Yeah, I remember. She said, Biden said poor kids just as smart as white kids. Out his mouth. It blew me away. Let me go to the phone lines before I get out of here. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with? Oh. Hold on one second, caller. My apologies. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hello, Mr. Wyatt. My name is Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
How you doing today?
I'm holding on. What's good?
Oh, several things are percolating. These guys, people still don't understand why the Caitlin Clark discussion is relevant. It's about business.
Exactly.
Saying about on-court play, this is about business. And sometimes, sometimes business trumps how do I say it? Sometimes the Jimmies and the Joes trump the X's and the O's. It's got nothing to do with, who plays what, blah, blah, blah. This is about business and marketing and drawing revenue into the league. And that's what Caitlin Clark does. She's an openly heterosexual white female in a league that is known to be heavily black and gay.
Hey, Jeremy, let me ask you a question. You sound just like this guy named Fame, and I had a conversation with Fame last week or maybe the week before, and we were talking about this same topic, and he said that same thing about heterosexual Caitlin Clark plays a big part in why she's the face of the WNBA, and I think I disagreed with him, but I kind of want to retract that because now I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking that maybe I'm wrong in my interpretation of what Fame said back then. Maybe I was saying it wrong. I think there may be some legitimacy of her being a star of the league because she might be heterosexual. Were you able to hear that conversation that Fame and I had?
Yeah, well, I am Fame. That's
shit.
My real name, Jeremy.
My bad. Oh, you shocked me. Damn. Fame is you? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only kidding, Fame. Just having a good time.
I know you are.
I know. Fame.
I figure I'll play along.
I know, bro. I'm just having a good time trying. But anyway, remember we had that conversation, bro? And we were saying, you said the fact that she was heterosexual. You said some other things too. I agree with that part, but I think I disagree with the fact that you said that because she's heterosexual, that they're using that part and her being popular and they trying to push that heterosexuality, you know what I'm saying, and making her the face from that part. And I think I disagreed with you, but now I think I do agree with that in a sense. I think that that's important for them in their image. And I think that's what you were trying to tell me. So I do say that I've switched up a little bit And I will say that you were right in that case.
Well, yeah, it's okay. So it's better to be late to the party than never show up to the party. You know what I mean?
Bro, listen, I'm not too big to say I was wrong.
Say that again?
I said I'm not too big to think that I'm, I don't think I'm so big that I can't be wrong. You know what I'm saying, bro? I can admit when I'm wrong. It's very seldom.
I mean, look at these women look at these women when they were drafted. Not Caitlin in Angel's class, but the previous classes. You know, you would have women walking around in bow ties and suits,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Looking rough. I mean, we hate to admit it, but was Don Imus really wrong when he said these some nappy head hoes?
Yeah, he was wrong for that.
We just didn't like what he said.
No, he was wrong.
These were some rough looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, but he was wrong.
Tattoos.
Yeah, but
and all that. No, he was no. He was wrong for saying that. But was his point correct or not? Yes, he was right.
I don't know about that.
These were okay. Well, we can agree to disagree on that.
And the reason why I say that is because what make them
another day.
What make them nappy head hoes? I mean, that is just crazy to me. To even, you know what I'm saying? That sound crazy to me.
These were some rough looking mother women.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
All right, but okay. Let's break it. Nah, let's go. Let's move on. I don't want to.
Okay.
Let's move on, bro.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so the Caitlin Clark thing is it's about business.
Right.
It's not about ongoing play. And so let's just make sure we knew it's very nuanced. Let's make sure that we talk about that nuance.
Hey, I got a question for you, Fame. I'm sorry, I can't let that one slide. So is the NBA full of nappy head hoes? Not the WNBA, the NBA. Are they full of nappy head hoes? Have you seen the hairstyles and all that shit on the NBA? But
yeah, they're a bunch of DANs.
What's that?
Itch ass niggas.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just
they trying to look. They a lot of these dudes out here trying to look prettier than they woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Out here wearing, the hair, pulling it back and rubber bands and things like that. They're very effeminate.
Okay.
These male NBA players today.
Yeah, I there's a level of truth to that.
They're like I said,
they walking in with dresses on down there, bro, with purses and shit. You right about that?
Yeah.
Moses Malone would have never. Moses Malone would have never.
Exactly. You understand?
Iceman Gervin would have never came in some glass slippers.
Yeah. What are y'all trying? And then you got. That's just that new generation of athletes. You got an NFL quarterback who paints his fingernails.
Yeah. Now, when I was coming up, they used to use a term called metrosexual. Are they still using that term? The guys that didn't have a problem wearing pink and getting, kind of a little bit feminine. It was kind of cool to get the perm and shit and play ball. You know what I'm saying? They were called metrosexuals when I was coming up, bro. I don't know what they call these days, but.
Yeah, they're doing that. They still say that term now. And that's what they say about a lot of these guys.
Okay.
Metrosexuals. I don't understand. Maybe it's a generational thing with me. I just don't. I'm like, never.
Okay.
Any of that. But main thing I called to talk about was, listen, we had talked about that musky woman who was dissing her son while he was locked up. You know what I'm talking about? That video?
I do.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We were supposed to get into that, but you got to go. I'm just going to say this.
Say it.
I'm just going to... What's the age gap in between your daughters?
4 years apart.
4 years. So, okay. So you and wifey, y'all going out on a staycation, but y'all going to stay around for the weekend or whatever, vacation, whatever.
Okay.
Your daughters are 8 and 4. You need a babysitter. That woman is the only person in the world who has the time to watch your daughter. Would you let her watch your kids cussing like that, talking to her own son like that?
I don't know.
You know damn well you wouldn't.
I don't know.
You won't let 80% of the women in your own audience watch your kids. I'm talking about outside of a person like Mama Birch and the people you grew up with. You know damn well these women cuss too damn much.
But wait a minute, hold on. I'm about to tell you a secret. Fame, I'm not the guy to ask that to, because the ladies that I grew up who raised me are the same ones that talk just like what you've seen in that video. So I'm not the guy who could answer that. I'm not a good guy for that. I guarantee
you would not let these women watch your kids.
Well, first of all, let me just say this to you. My kids are only going to do what
The thing you need to say is yes, I would, or no, I wouldn't. All the supposition doesn't matter at this point.
Well, okay,
Would you
all right.
or would
I
you?
tell you what, I'll give you a straight answer. Yeah, I would probably let her watch my kids because that lady, she showed a lot of concern for her son, and all she did was repeat what she was telling her son behind closed doors. She just finally hit that point where I'm trying to find the video too as we speak, but she just hit that point, Fame, of frustration of a mama who was losing her son to the streets, and she just didn't want to. She didn't want to face that. She didn't want that. What she dreamed and her nightmares came true that night. And everything she was trying to keep her kid from being in, it was there. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? Now she's has to face the things that she feared for her son all these years. And she said it. She just got frustrated, Fame. I can't believe you don't understand that, bro. I'm sorry, man.
I do understand that. I do understand that, but I also understand grace, which she showed none to her son. You know, everybody talking about, black people are the only people where anything goes. Anything goes. You can talk to people any old kind of way you want to, do what you want to do, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, these kids this, these kids that, blah, blah, blah. These kids need to quit being soft, blah, blah, blah. Why not? They're not being soft. They're just children.
Well, no, you can
You don't
create
need
a
to be talking
monster,
to everybody just because your mama talked to you jacked up, not necessarily you specifically.
No, I know.
But, the people that agree with that, just because your mama talked to you effed up and you think you came out okay, I can tell you why you're
Frank,
not
let
okay.
me ask you a question, bro.
You're still effed up.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, though. Has your mom ever talked to you? And I mean this directly to you, and I mean it to the people in the audience, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone, so please don't take it that way. But I'm gonna put myself in this question as well. Fame, has your mom ever had a conversation with you that was only meant to be inside your home, and it sound disrespectful, and it was brutal, and she wouldn't say it in front of anybody? Has she ever told you some things that how you need to handle yourself and do some things and stay away from certain people?
She was the queen of that. She was she was the black June Cleaver out in the street.
Did she ever have
but in the home, I was every motherfucker that ever lived.
Okay. Did she ever have to come pick you up from the police station or pick you up at a scene where y'all was on
She
your way to
picked me
jail?
up from 2021, yes.
Did she go off on you?
No.
Okay. Maybe
in fact, she was very disappointed.
Right. Okay.
Crying. And I was like, oh, damn, I ain't, sorry.
I've been there too, brother. You know what my mother told me, man. And you say I go hard on my mother, man, because I tell the truth about my mom, and she respects that. She did. She didn't have a problem with it. So I'm just gonna say my mother used to do exactly what this mother did. That's why who sent it to me understood. They understand me. They sent it. Well, let me just say that when this woman said what she said to her son, and for those that haven't seen it, I'm gonna play it right after I talk to Fame. For those that know. Y'all mothers have always said some shit behind closed doors that wasn't meant for the public to hear. And what happens is when your mom gets pushed to a level of fear, regretment, I told you so, and all that old stuff. I think what happened, do I condone how this mother approached this situation? I can't. Do I understand it? I do. It's almost like saying I understand how a kid would go steal his food out of a grocery store because him and his little brothers haven't eaten. See how it's wrong to go steal, but he did what he had to do because that's how he knew what to do? That's how I feel this mother did. This mother is doing this on her own. She's trying to keep her kids out of the street, and the streets are out hustling her. And when she got that call, she said, I didn't feel good. Something told me not to take my clothes off. Mothers have this intuition. And it hit her like, I knew it. And you know what? She probably was scared the whole time. She didn't know anything. And then when she got that call that her son was being held by the police, and he was with the people that she didn't tell him, these people aren't shit. Even your cousin, these guys, they mamas don't care what they doing. I think that built up. And no, I don't condone how she said what she said. But I think what happened is she said what she would have said if they was at home alone. And until I'm ever in that position, I don't know if I would do it that way. But I've never been in that situation, Fame. What do you say?
Which is exactly why he's doing what he's doing. I
you can't say that, Fame. You can't say that. I'm sorry.
Well, that's just my opinion.
I didn't mean it like
we don't know. I'll just giving opinions.
Yeah, I know, Fame. What I'm saying, I said it wrong. Let me hear me out just 1 second, and then I promise you can have the floor. When you say that's why he acts that way, you can't tell me when a parent is trying to keep their kid off the streets and the way that they're trying to express themselves to the kid is the motivation or the fuel for them to be out in the streets. That just don't sound right to me. But go ahead, you finish it up.
Yeah, it can be, because maybe he finds her to be such a disagreeable person.
Huh?
You understand? He might find her to be that much of a toxic and disagreeable person.
I will agree to that. But now let me say this to you, Fame. Do you think a father would have handled that better than the mother?
We've already crossed that. Yes, a dad would never do that to his son.
That's not true.
Publicly excoriate his son in front of people.
That's not true. We see it all the time. Fathers that care.
We see these knuckleheads punching their kids on video.
I agree.
Beating the hell out of their kids.
I agree.
Indiscriminately hitting them with a belt on video, thinking, yeah, I'm raising mine, blah, blah, blah. No, you're scarring your children, you asshole.
I agree. I don't think that it's a good thing to beat your kids up, period, let alone on a video camera, let alone trying to punk them in front of a camera so they friends could see that they really soft and all that old shit. I don't think that's the proper approach. But now let me tell you what was the proper approach. Everything they did up until that point probably was just, they probably gave it all they had. Man, I'm from that. Not necessarily me where I was in all that trouble, but I seen some of my mom. Look, my friends that I grew up with, Fame, some of them are very intelligent, and they just made every mistake in the world to keep them going to the penitentiary. You understand what I'm saying to you? And it wasn't because they mama didn't tell them not to do the stuff. It wasn't that they didn't get whoopings when they was children. You see what I'm saying? Whoopings don't necessarily change people from who they are and what they're going to do. But there's just a lot of things that I've seen in some of my very intelligent friends, man, that end up going to the penitentiaries because of their choices. And their mamas was in their life and was there trying to stop them from doing the shit that they was going to do. But a parent only can go so far. And then when you finally get to that breaking point of, oh, you just going to do what you going to do? Yeah, I see that all the time, man. I talk to parents still to this day that get to that breaking point.
Perhaps. I'll just say this. Effing your kids up like that, or publicly humiliating them like that, that's one of the remaining vestiges of slavery. You talked about Jim Crow a couple of weeks ago and whatnot. That's what they did in the slavery. Beat the hell out of them so that the cops wouldn't, or beat the hell out of them so the slave master wouldn't, the overseer wouldn't, all that type of stuff. And when the overseer did it, he did it in front of the rest of the slaves. Things like that. That's some sucker shit.
I understand, Fame, but I think you're taking what happened. I think it's a little bit different. And let me tell you why I think
shit. What she did.
Let me tell you why. Can I tell you why I think it's different?
Go ahead.
Because I don't think anybody put her up to do that. It's not like she's running some type of compound and they're saying, go on out there. Once we catch your son and all this, you take your ass out there and you set an example and you tell him how crazy he is and this and this and that. You talking to him down, talking him and all that. See, she did that on her own accord because of the frustrations of being a mother and losing her son to the streets. That's my opinion.
She did that on her own accord, and that shows that she's just a naturally toxic person, and that's just probably why he's misbehaving, because he's got a toxic mom. Remember, I said that a while ago. No doubt.
Okay.
That a two-parent home is the best situation for all children. But whether the father or the mother is the single parent, wherever the child lives, as long as that parent that the child lives with isn't toxic, they'll still flourish.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Look, bro. Two things can be right at the same time. I don't think that I disagree with you because I don't think what you're saying is, you're not 100% wrong in what you're saying in my eyes. There is a level of you have to treat your kids a certain way in order for them to see opportunity and do things the right way. I think I think our disconnect is you kind of feel like since the mother came into a situation, she came into a storm and she got disrespectful. You feel like because she's that kind of disrespectful, that's why that kid must be out here acting the way he's acting. And I'm telling you that my mother didn't act like that lady in the video. She didn't act like that in the house with me every day. She never called me the N-word. I wasn't all these derogatories, but some of the people that she talked about was. And then when she got to a point,
I understand that.
Wait. And then when she got to a point and had to come get me because I was around all those people she was talking bad about, now she gonna talk to me like I'm them people because I'm acting like them people. I'm acting like those flunkies. You see what I'm saying? So now she gonna disrespect me like I'm one of them. And that's just, I think that's where we disconnect because she never treated me like that until it got to a point where I was in the situation that this little boy was in. I've been there, bro. My mother then came. Man, my mother been there. She was there. I know that feeling, and I know how he feel.
Okay. And I guess what I say, and like I said earlier in this conversation, that mantra, that idea of anything goes when it comes to black children is some bullshit.
Well, I think we got other things to worry about when it comes to black children.
That's one of them.
You're right. I'm not going to say it's not.
Parent.
You're right.
That's one of the biggest things going in the black community.
You're
toxic parenting.
You're absolutely right, brother. I can't argue that at all. But what happens is this young man probably wouldn't be, and I know this is going, this about to get me in a world of trouble, Fame, when I say this one, right? This young man probably would not be in this same situation if he had a father in his life, because his father would probably be explaining what his mother's been explaining to him all this time. He probably would explain it to him differently. Now, as I say that, there's been some guys on the videos punching their sons in the chest, trying to punch gay out of them, trying to do all this old other stuff, and it's not working. So that kind of defeats what I'm trying to say by saying if they had a father in their life, maybe things would be different. Well, the statistics of the United States show that my point is valid. Most kids that grow up in a two-parent home have a 7 to 8% chance, or 70 to 80% chance of going off to do bigger and better things. It's that small percentage that don't have that home balance, that find themselves being raised by a single parent. And most of the time, it's the mother that's raising them. And when I say that, they take it wrong, and they think that I think that mothers are bad, but it's not that. It's just that I just believe that we're pushing too much on our ladies, on our women. You're making these women raise men, and they just don't know how to do that. And I know it sounds bad, but you have to understand where I'm coming from when I say it. Men discipline a little bit different, especially boys.
No, you're 100% right. I'll tell you, two of my oldest nephews, they're adult men now. They're 140, 139 or something like that. They're cousins, both single moms. Couple grew up in single mom's household. One of them, dad was been there from day one. Okay, he's doing, and they're both flourishing, doing way better than I ever have.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, they mid six figures. One of them went back, and one of them was doing so well, he went back into the military after coming out of it, got his degree, blah blah blah, went back into it. The other one, his dad was there the whole way through. Got a couple kids out of wedlock, a couple bad marriages, but he's still doing well. The other one, his dad was never around. Me and my brother were his father figures. But the reason why he's doing more successful than anybody in the bloodline. Reason why? His mom, my sister, wasn't toxic. She understood that as a boy, that he's gonna be a man. Let him be, as long as he ain't hurting nobody. He's getting good grades. Let him be, and don't talk to him effed up.
I understand. No.
I never saw her curse around him, curse at him. You see what I'm saying? That type of stuff.
No, I get it. I get it.
There was something else I wanted to say about that woman. I just lost my train of thought, so okay. I'm gonna hop off of here. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just feel like that was just unnecessary. Please stop with the anything goes with black children stuff. Like I always say about your group, the Wyatt Live group, it seems to be about 7 out of 10 of the people in there hate children. Yes. Like the way they talk about kids. It's just like, I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to stir up any pot when I say that. I'm dead ass serious. Like okay. Some of those people is like, damn, y'all seem to hate kids.
I know.
And I don't get it.
All right, brother. All right, man.
Like, hey, one more last thing. Okay. Made a mint over the weekend over Tank.
Did you?
Made it. Well, not a mint, but put it like this. I got a little bit of trick and loop.
Did you hit
put
that?
It like that.
Did you hit
where
that?
Where y'all nieces at?
Did you hit that round 8 bet? Did you hit the round 7 or round 8 bet? Did you put it down for the?
Yes, I did. Round 7, 8 bet. I hit that. Yes. But Tank better do some defense. He had a nice little light skin shiner on him.
Well,
after that fight.
I can't tell people, but Tank he always have a 6th or a 7th round struggle. He's a puncher. He always gets hit a lot. And I had a conversation.
Taking to drop one bomb.
yeah, I mean, I keep trying to tell a few of my friends, like, I don't like how much Tank gets hit. And when he finds somebody who can thump from both sides of the plate, it's going to be a problem. And I like Tank. That's nephew to me. But at the same time, I got to be a fan of boxing and be realistic. And Tank loses a lot of rounds, and he's banking on taking somebody to the deep end and basically drowning them. And I understand the strategy, but he's going to get, as you get better and better and high ranked, and your competition gets better and they get in better shape and they start punching harder and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, then. Well,
all right, brother.
And it's always a pleasure. I will try you again later this week. But until then, everybody, be safe. Ow!
Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate you. that was Jeremy with a fame kind of howl at the end. You want me to play the video real fast? This is what Fame said was ridiculous. And there's a few others that agree. I lightweight have, I don't 100% agree with how she talks to her son, but that don't mean I don't get it. It don't mean that I don't, I guess is where you from. Or what you've experienced. I keep saying where you from. People don't like when I say that, but it's what I've sorry, I got this thing I'm sitting on, this stool thing. It's crazy. I should have just sat on the couch. But anyway, you had to have a mother in your life that was doing all this mothering and fathering and auntying and cousining and all this shit. She had to be doing it all on her own. The mother that would have to go to work, leave you home, would go to work before you went to school, had to believe and trust in you. The mother that was still at work when you came home from work, when you came home from school, mom's still at work, and she's depending on you to fix your own lunch or your pre-dinner or whatever, do all the things. These are the mothers that have been telling us, stay away from, y'all know I didn't say this shit long before this video. My mama would be like, don't hang with him. His mama and them ain't shit. That ain't for my mama to be coming out saying that in front of the world. But I can believe if my mother ever came and got me and she seen the circle that I was with, and it was the same people that she told me to stay away from, that I told you about it, my mother might go off like this. My mother called me the N-word a few times, but behind closed doors, because I was acting crazy. I was doing some dumb shit. And she said, you want to act like an N? Then you're going to get treated like an N. And for those that may not have ever experienced that, you might not have experienced that situation because you may not have even been through our experiences that led up to that point. So let me see. I'm going to let y'all see this video. Let me see what your response will be. Is Fame right? Did this mother cross the line? Did she? We all know. Now, I ain't even going to do this. No, listen. The music these kids listen to, the deliverance that these kids have, the way that these kids talk to one another, and the way that some of them need to be talked to, some of them can only understand it the way this mother said it. Check it out.
To go around the corner. How the fuck did you end up over here?
Because they was coming to get his friend.
What did I tell you about being a fucking follower? You don't got nothing on your record. And you with your fucking dumbass cousins. Yeah, I call them dumb. Dumb as fuck. If it wasn't for my client calling me, Whitney, where my ear pod at, I would have trusted that you was over Keisha's house. You better hope they let you go with me, because this is what the fuck I was telling you. Dumbasses who don't got nothing to fucking live for. They ain't on your path, Twan. They ain't got a mom like me, nigga. Something said, don't take them clothes off. See about your motherfucking son. Alright. With who?
He with my child.
It don't matter. My child don't got shit to live for right now, you dumbass. His mom don't got no control over him. You don't stay. Listen, I'm sorry. They'll take you. And when they don't give a fuck, they doing their job. You a young black man. I don't give a fuck how it sounds. I'm a stand up for my trail too. I don't know what happened, but God got me here. You ain't never been in trouble, son. This is everything mommy be telling you about. Everything! Everything! And I done called you 20 fucking times. You know how many moms call their son, they don't get the fucking answer, see him, nothing! And you in the back of a fucking cop car? And you graduate? You got prom on Saturday? I ain't taking you to get the license. I can't trust you now, nigga. You asked to go around the corner. You broke your trust for your cousin who done got shit going for himself right now. You better be glad I showed the fuck up, because they would have took all y'all dumbasses. They waiting to get you. Where's my trail?
As angry as she is, you got a good mother. All right?
Not everyone cares as much as
No.
she does.
Like I said, you ain't in trouble with us. Just gotta watch out how you look.
Now, you know those same cats who say mom is wrong right here? Those probably the same dudes that's saying shit like, well, where is his mama at when he done did some shit? Why his mama don't care? They down there shooting at Fountain Square. Well, where them kids' mamas at? This is why when people talk about the parents need to be held accountable, I guarantee you any amount of money on this planet, or any amount of money that I have, that this is a parent who cares about what her son is doing and where he's at and what he's doing and who he's hanging around, and you shouldn't be with these guys. I can hear it in her frustration. She don't want her son around those people who are bringing him down. They ain't on his level. They're not trying to graduate. They ain't got shit to live for. What y'all talking about? These are the parents that we need. If you're going to have a single mama, I ain't worried about how she cussing me out after I done some shit that she could be held accountable for, or I'm out here doing and some dumb shit with people that she didn't warn me about. I want a mother like that. Cuss me out, mom. Straighten me out. But it's not because you frustrated and fussing and cussing at me. That's the reason why I'm out here doing what I'm doing, because you don't have no better language than that. If you don't call me these things, then I would probably be more of a productive citizen. Come on now. Come on now. This is the same mother that if this little boy was down on Fountain Square beating somebody's ass, stealing somebody's wallet, down there rumbling and tumbling with people, y'all would be saying, and I would be saying, where's the mama at? Where's his parents? When one of them show up and show passion, who's obviously behind closed doors, explain to her son, these cats can't keep up. They ain't on your level. You got to stop hanging around these losers. How I know this is what happens with these group of guys. Say what you want to say, but my experiences in life, not as a kid going through this, my professional experiences, there's always a group of guys doing some shit together, and the first one that squeal is the first one to get the deal. You take that for what it's worth. It's always a group of dudes. You very seldom see a dude that's getting in trouble by himself. That just don't happen that often. It's always a group of guys. It's always a group of guys that's trying to form some type of alliance, and they trying to do some shit. And guess what happens? It's always the mothers like this mother right here who loses her son to a group of dudes who mothers don't give a shit about how they moving out here. And we gonna be bad. We gonna be mad and think bad of the mother who show up at the scene. She show up at the scene and vents her frustration. I heard everything in that little clip that she's been telling his little ass for probably the last 3 or 4 years. Tyrone and them ain't shit, T. I'm telling you, they mamas and them. My mother did that same shit. She just never showed up at the scene and cussed me out like that. I got an ass whooping on a playground one time, called my mama bad. My mama to this day, God bless her heart, she regrets the fact that she whooped my ass on a playground, but I was acting crazy, and she really wished that would have never happened. She wished that would have never happened. But I must have been doing some reckless shit for year on top of year, and my mama then told me, my mother then told me, this, Rand, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. What that mother showed me is she was at the end of the line. The frustration was gone. She was finished. and everything she's been trying to keep her son out of, his ass is going strictly against the grain. And he's making his own moves. Who is he gonna call when he get to the police station? Mama. Who he gonna call when he get a 3-year sentence and want a care package? Mama. Who is he gonna call when he want money on his books? Mama. Peace and love to everybody. That's my time. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
I try to tell him I'm one of the best thinkers of this class I'm in. I feel like
Maybach music.
Shit, I'ma let the chips fall. Niggas is Kimber Walker trying to see me pitfall. Niggas is staring like a synagogue. Think about it, centerfold. Bitches probably couldn't get a drink about me. They say I need some guidance, but I think they need a stylist. But you should see my wallet. This bitch gon' need Pilates, and you can't see for Lauren. What the fuck, you retarded? I ain't hugging the corner, but I hustle so enormous. I'm modern day good fella, I'm Ray Liotta. Loud smoking so past the L like a semicolon. Yeah, the Bentley is rented, but I got many chauffeurs. Phone partners, if you ain't got them, then you penny loafing. Underrated, that's temporarily for the moment. Only marry a woman if mama cold as Walona. See, I'm second to no one. I'm the messenger poet. They slowly showing they colors, they music good, but they bogus. Wyatt, Wyatt. What they saying, Wyatt? Who they saying, Wyatt? Still in the Wyatt. What they saying, Wyatt? Talking Wyatt. Hold up. These bitch ass niggas. Look, verse 2 gon' be fucking with verse 1, especially when you writing shit that can never be done, Joe. That Kevin Love flow, bored of the shooters. My women be in the newest show, bitches should buy a loofah. Where I'm from, they is ruthless. Babies turn into shooters. Crazy talking and foolish. You catch a shell like a Cooper, and I don't give a fuck. See, my bitches is Karma Shooter. One of them bitches are cute, the rest of them congruent. Why you talking, my nigga, just go and do it. Niggas awful at dressing, they decided music. I'm trendsetting despite all of that view. Still got me another deal big as any nigga in music. The remedy is get your hustle on. Fuck the broad unless you love a broad. Well, in that case, brother, to love her hard. Put my trust in my dog, put my trust in my God. Unless you stable and Benson, I don't fuck with the law. Wyatt, Wyatt. What they saying, Wyatt?